The example of the fence is that we have a project that is to build a fence with 4 sides. As any project, we need to develop a project plan to build the fence. So what will we do in a project plan? So first, we define the scope. So the scope is to build a fence 4 equal sides. The schedule. So we will be doing the project in 4 days: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And the schedule is to build 1 side of the fence per day. The cost. Total budget is $400. It means $100 per side. That is the fence project. And then we have to prepare the scope. And the best way to detail the scope in the scope management, the first step is to prepare the WBS. So here you can see the fence project with 4 deliverables. Each deliverable is 1 side of the fence: north side, east side, west side, south side of the fence. Of course, under each deliverable, so from the north side, under that deliverable, we have to develop a work package to build that north side. You have to estimate duration and cost to build that north side. The same thing for the east side and for the west side. Then you have to put those things, prepare the project scheduling. And that's the scheduling. You'll be building 1 side per day. So Monday will be the north side, Tuesday the south side, Wednesday east side, and Thursday the west side. And that is the budget. For each side, you have a budget of $100. In total, the total budget for the whole project is $400. That's the budget. From here, considering the budget together with the Gantt chart, we can develop the time phase budget. And that is the next step. We can have a time phase budget. You have Monday, we'll be doing the north side of the fence, and the budget for that north side is $100. On Tuesday, the schedule is to build the south side, and the budget for that south side is $100, and so on. On the bottom line, you have the what's called cumulative budget. That is go from 100, 200, 300, 400. From the Gantt chart and the budget, we can combine both and have the time phase budget. From the time phase budget, we can represent that as a kind of a graph. And what is that graph? So you take the information from the time phase budget, we can put that in a graph. Let's understand that graph. What does it mean, that graph? So you have a graph in which we have the expenses or the budget on the vertical line and time on the horizontal line. So here we have 4 days. So we have day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, and we have the budget. Well, so we start with $100, $200, $300, $400. Okay, $400. In that budget, we can draw time phase budget here. Cumulative time phase budget. That's per day, all the tasks. So the first day, we have a cumulative budget of 100. The second day, we spent the 100 plus 100 for the second side of the fence goes to 200. The third day, we'll be building another side of the fence. And the fourth day, we are building and here we have a line. And what does represent that line? It represents that each day we have a budget. It means a little bit how much money you'll be burning per day in the project. I can compare that with that flight analogy. So we are burning $100 per day. Okay. If you get that analogy from the flight, and that is the consumption, full consumption of the plane, if we starting consuming more money per day, like say $200 per day, you are here 25% of your flight, and you have consumed $200. You are spending more money. So maybe you can reach the $400, that is the total budget, and don't complete the project. Or you may spend maybe $50 per day. Instead of 100, start spending $50 per day. So you have here $50 per day, that green line. What does it mean? In the green line, you are under budget. The orange line means that you are over budget. You are burning more fuel than, you are burning more money than you expect. When you are monitoring projects, that you can compare how much you are doing and the expense and compare to your plan. Okay, so here is the cumulative cost or cumulative budget. You finalize the plan. Now you have to start the execution. Okay, you'll be starting the execution. You'll be after day one, so you'll be start the project. It's Monday morning, and the guys arrive at the site to build the fence. Monday morning, the guy starts to say, so let's just create here a line, means that is the where the fence will be built, looking from the top. So that is the place where the fence will be built. Let's put here, because that's very important for us, the time phase budget. In that time phase budget, let's put here all the activities. Side 1, side 2, side 3, side 4, and the cumulative budget. Okay, and from those activities we have day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 4. So we have here in that time phase budget we have $100 for the side 1, the first day, $100 for the day 2, and $100 for the day 3, side 3, $100 for day 4. Cumulative budget we have 100 here, then here is 100 plus 100, we go for 200, then 300, and that is 400. Okay, 400. So that is here we are ready. That's our plan for the project, and you'll be start execution on site. So that's the end of the planning, and that is the execution. Okay, let's see what's happened in that execution. At the end of Tuesday, the project manager show up to check how is the project going. End of Tuesday. So here we have Monday. Day 1 is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Okay. When the project manager show up here, the project manager show up here to check the work. Second day, after the second day. What he realized. So you go there, project manager go there, start talking with the guys that are doing the job. Hi guys, how are you? Nice day. A lot of snowing. Have to always have a small talk. And then how is the project? And the guy say, oh, we are working hard. We are working so hard in this project. You don't imagine that. So I say, oh, thank you for working hard. What have you done so far? And that's a question that the project manager. And the guys will answer, we complete the north side, the first side of the fence. And so the project manager, the first side of the fence. By the way, how much have you spent? How much have you spent on that side? Oh, it was tough, but we spent $400. $400. And the project manager look the guys and say, what should I do? What does it mean? What do you think, project managers, about that report, that data that you collect from the field? So you are here and you are supposed to conclude two sides. You conclude one side. So the guys here, take 2 days to do that side and $400. So that's a problem. So you have, here I want you to understand, we have the plan and the real execution. You know, you can see that because you're a project manager. How much over budget do you think you are? How much would you think? You have to come back to the client. You have two options, or stop the project or get more money to do the project. So what is Earned Value Management System? It's a way to bring that information that we got that in English. It translates those information to a performance indicator that is easier to follow. Here we are dealing with a project that has one activity per day. Some projects have 10, 20 activities. So 10 15 things are happening at the same time. So that type of analogy that we were able to do here, because it's a simple project, it's impossible to do when you are dealing with a 200 task in a project, and the project is, you have 10 or 20 tasks being executed at the same time. Okay, that is something that we have to understand. The problem is here, it's wrong. It's $400. The project is late, and that's the idea of early value management system. Try to create a system, some performance indicators that can help us to get a better understanding of the project execution, comparing cost and work done. So we have some terms in the project earned value analysis that we have to understand. The first term is called PV, or planned value. That's the first term. PV, planned value. PV, it's planned value. Everything that you have in your time phase budget are planned values. Everything that you have on the time phase budget are planned values. Okay, so PV is the planned value, everything that you have here. But in terms of to monitor and control the project, we need other things. And now from the execution, and we need two other things. What we call AC, actual cost of the work performance. And we have two things. AC, that is actual cost, and that is the real expenses. Okay, in this case, what is the PV? The planned value for one side of the fence is 100. What is the actual cost for that side of the fence? 400. That is the actual cost. So at the beginning, during the plan, the project management team estimated $100, but in reality, they spent $400. And there is another term from the execution that is very important as well. We call that EV. That is the earned value. And that is the amount of work executed in terms of the budget. So that task 1, the budget for that task, one side of the fence, was $100. That is the value of the work. Once the project finished the first side, we say that the project earned that $100 for the project. So the earned value is just, we convert the real work, that fence over here, the real work, that fence over here, into dollar. So the real work is one side. What is the dollar value for that side? 100. So the earned value is 100. So that first report, you have to report what was to execute the two sides. So we have one side of the fence, side 1, and side 2. And let's calculate some numbers for each side, okay? For each side, let's calculate some numbers. So side 1, what are the planned value? You told me already, 100. What is the, let's put it in colors, the actual cost? Actual cost was $400. What is the earned value? So they completed one side, that side worth $100 according to the budget. So the earned value is $100. Let's talk now, because we are here at the end of day 2. Let's now talk about the second side. What is the planned value for the second side? What is the planned value for the second side? Yes, $100. What is the actual cost? How much was spent on the second side? 0. Exactly, 0. So you have 0. How much work was earned for the project of the second side? 0, no work. So the earned value is no work was done. So here we have EV indicators that represent the project performance at the end of the second day, at the end of Tuesday. We have one side, planned value of 100, actual cost 400, earned value, the value that was earned is $100. The side 2, they didn't start. Nothing was done. But there is a planned value for the side 2 that was not executed. So earned value is 0 and actual cost is 0. Okay? From those indicators, we can start calculating and evaluate some variances. So in the variances, we'll be comparing the data that we collect on the field, that's actual value and value, come from the field, with the project planning, that is PV, plan value. We'll be comparing the data collected with the plan value. And here, there are some indicators of variance. The first one is CV. What is CV? Means cost variance. How can we calculate the cost variance? The cost variance is the earned value, how much I earned in terms of the original budget, how much was earned based on the original budget, minus the actual cost. That is the cost variance. What is the cost variance? Cost variance for side 1 of the fence. What is the cost variance? It's earned value minus actual cost comes to minus $300. That's the cost variance for the first side. What does it mean? One thing that I'd like to understand in a earned value system, every time, that's one way of memorize things, every time that you see a negative value, it means bad news. What is the bad news in terms of budget, in terms of cost variance? You spent more. We call that over budget. Yes, we spent more, spent 300 more. Those are over budget. So that project is 300, that side, the construction of the first side was $300 more over budget. In terms of schedule variance, we need to understand if the project has done what are the tasks that are supposed to be done. And here we take the earned value minus plan value. It means that if I have earned a value that I was supposed to do at that time. So I was supposed, up to day 2, for side 1, I was supposed to earn $100. And actually, I earned $100. So the schedule variance would be 100 minus 100 means 0 schedule variance. So in terms of the side 1 side of the fence, I'm okay. I have completed the job as I was supposed to do. So that's for side 1. Let's talk now about the side 2. What is the cost variance for the side 2? 0. There is no cost variance. I didn't spend anything. I have done anything. So there is no cost. There is no actual cost. There is no earned value. There is no earned work, either cost. So in terms of cost variance for the side 2, it is 0. Means there is no cost variance. In terms of schedule variance, earned value, 0, minus what was planned, $100. And here the schedule variance for the side 2 is minus $100. What does it mean? Minus bad news for scheduling. It means that I'm behind in terms of the value that work, the amount of work that I'm behind is $100. Actually, that value is the value of one side. So I'm behind one side, but as a project, we consider that as amount of work that's worth $100. It may be a overcomplication for a project simple like this. I understand that. But once you have 15, 20 tasks at the same time, if you don't have a kind of a number that you can combine all these tasks and consolidate in a one performance indicator, it's difficult to understand what is the project performance. So that is the situation. So for the side 1, we are over budget of $300. For the side 2 of the fence that was not built yet, we are behind $100. That $100 is equivalent of one side of the fence. So the earned value, we use 3 indicators: PV, plan value, AC, actual cost, and EV, earned value. The EV is earned value, is the dollar value assigned to the finished work up to date. That is the EV. And the assigned dollars of the work should be based on the approved budget, in the time phase budget. So that is the beginning of understanding what is earned value analysis, okay? Time phase budget and real work with the execution. We work hard to help you to get better marks, be prepared for job interviews, and excel in work meetings. You can send your questions in the comment area below. I will be pleased to answer all of them. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to Américo e-Learning.